What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Scene Snob interviews. I'm your host, of course, Mick, the Scene Snob. And today I'm joined by Charli Marie. She's a young actress out of San Diego. She has, quite a few writing credits to her name and some acting credits. And she's going to come on. She's going to talk about her experience being newer to the industry, but, what she's doing, what she's got going on. She's got a lot of projects coming up. The audio kind of got messed up in the beginning, so bear with us. We kind of come in, in the beginning, but like maybe a few minutes in. So, but it is a really fun interview, and I had a good time talking with Charli. So thanks for joining in, and make sure you check out this interview and our other shows at thescenesnobs.com. Until next time, I'll talk to you guys later.
It's like, can you edit my screenplay? Because it was his friend's screenplay. He's like, can you edit my friend's screenplay? Because his storyline is great, but his grammar, not so much. And you're in school, and your grammar is great. So maybe if you guys work together, it'll turn out good. So I said, sure. And after that, I was like, maybe I should put pen to paper and work on this and try to, write my own. And then I did. And I applied for a couple of film festivals, and I was selected for one that we don't know the results yet. It's like a couple weeks away. Nice. But when I got selected, I was like, okay, that's kind of cool. Maybe I'm not so bad after all. So that was cool.
So, and was secretly wanting to act your whole life. What would you say, you said your first project was, what was the name of the first project again?
I believe it was Maybelline, Molly, and Me. And I was, I was a mechanic from next door. And it's like kind of, imagine like an old, not country like Western, but country like farmer kind of Smallville-y feel. I was the next door neighbor, but I was also the mechanic, and I came over and I was supposed to be the comedic relief. And I come in and I'm like, oh yeah, how's it going? All right, let me fix this up for you, And so that was very fun, but it was like so different for me doing comedy, because I had always done drama, and so I had to learn the beats are super important. So.
Are you originally from San Diego area, or did you move there for working in the industry? Or?
Well, originally, yes. Originally, I was born here, and then I moved everywhere: Texas, Florida, New York, upstate, Washington. I think that's it. And then I came back here because I love it here. I always wanted to come back here. It was always the goal to be back in California, Southern specifically. But I know some cool people in Northern California, but I like it down here. So.
It's a beautiful area. So, I mean, and, that's kind of the place to be. You're right near Los Angeles. It's not too far. So.
Plus, the weather's intoxicating.
Oh, it absolutely is.
Best weather ever.
Are you getting a lot of heat, I'm guessing, right now, though?
Right now, yeah. Right now it's pretty hot. But, go maybe 10 minutes towards the coast, and it's nice and cool and breezy, and it feels good.
Nice. All right. Well, out of all the genres you worked on, I know you said you mainly worked on dramas. With writing and with acting, is there, now that you've done more, different genres, and is there any certain one that you kind of gravitate towards in both principles, both disciplines?
I'm still kind of fresh with acting, so I think I would leave that up to different casting directors for what I seem like to them. Mm-hmm. But it seems to me, from what I've heard from people, that I seem like I would be comedic, just because I'm always kind of happy-go-lucky, smiley kind of person. But then when I get down into the vulnerability of acting, it's usually more of a dramatic role. So I kind of leave that up to them, because, I mean, when you see yourself, it's completely different from what you see that others perceive you as. And I would want to make sure that, that's their job, is to make sure that we're set up to align with whatever our role is. So whatever I look good for, I'm willing to do,
Yeah, absolutely. And but as a writer too, and now with acting, is there? Do you have any aspirations of directing your shorts or anything like that going on? Or?
I have seen a lot of I have done a lot of training with DP work, especially because I'm really interested in that, and a little bit with directing. and a little bit with editing. To me, editing is like the most difficult job. Like writing and editing, I just have so much respect. And even DPs, like I have so much respect for them, because you have to have like just a vast amount of knowledge to make it basically all align perfectly. Actually, directors too. But anyway, you have to have a vast amount of knowledge to be able to set it all up. But instead of like in school where you like have the knowledge and you put it on the paper to execute, it's like you have to have a toolbox of stuff. And then you go back in and you're like, okay, which thing that I know will match to this perfectly to make it the best it could be. And it's just like, it's kind of incredible to me how they do it. So wanting to learn it, yes, but doing it as like my end game, no, my end game is acting.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Well, to kind of go back to the beginning a little bit too, with having moved around and stuff like that, if you could tell me a little bit more, like with the acting, because I'd love to know your comparison to having started out doing school plays and working, so like essentially live act, you're out there live on stage, versus now being on camera. Kind of like your feelings towards both, like.
Yeah. Well, okay. On camera, it's really fun because you can watch yourself again. It's closer to your face, so you can really like have really strong emotions, but like sometimes you don't have to say anything, and just your expression itself is so powerful. It's like, whoa, what is she thinking about kind of thing. And to me, that can happen more on camera than it can kind of happen on stage too, but everybody's far away in the audience. So it's harder to show that type of emotion. Whereas with something on camera, it's like they can completely feel you, and you the emotion that they get from your emotion that you put out, it can change how they're feeling about their entire day. Like it can totally manifest into something that the people that are watching can feel better, or kind of get over something they've been dealing with through the emotions. Like I think Pursuit of Happiness is a great example, where it's so inspirational that at the end when he's clapping like that, it's like you watch it and you're like, oh my gosh, he did it. Like it's amazing. And that's why I like film.
Yeah.
But the one thing I actually really love about, well, there's a couple things, but the couple things I really love about stage is that you can have, personally, your emotions don't stop. You don't get cut off to fix lighting or something like that. Your emotion is all completely thrown into it. And you start, you completely are the character, and then you're done. And it's just, kind of like one and done sort of thing. I mean, you might do it a couple nights in a row, but then with film, they might cut and say, wait, the sound's not good, we got to alter this. And you have to kind of just hold that emotion and then do it for the next scene. Or there's a continuity thing where sometimes they'll start at the end instead of the beginning, and you're like, you already know the ending, but in the beginning you're not supposed to know it yet. So that's something that makes stage a little bit more appealing. But ultimately film wins, because in my opinion anyway, I know a lot of people will disagree with me, and like, more power to you, right? But for me, I like film more because of the closeness of like how, like I said, you can see their expressions so close up, and you can like feel them based on those things, which is just beautiful. So
nice. That was a great answer. Thank you.
Sorry, I can go
on. No, please do. But with being a writer and being an actress, what are some inspirations for you? Like, what are some of your favorite movies or movie scenes that inspire you?
Oh gosh, there's so many. Like, I am such a movie nerd and TV shows, and I'm like, if I'm not, busy doing work, then I'm watching a movie or playing with my kids too, but we usually watch movies together too. But like, the first one that comes to mind, of course, is Pursuit of Happiness, because his emotions are so real. You can feel them. You can empathize with him. Will Smith, I think, is great. And then, what was that? I just thought of one. In 300, there's a scene, you probably know it, a lot of people know this scene, where Leonidas looks to his wife and she just kind of nods. And that nod is so powerful. And that's all she does is nods. Like, there's no line or anything. And it's great because it's like, like there's a lot of power in the physicality sometimes that people don't notice when you're first starting out, you know?
Yeah.
And so that's huge. Also, there's a couple of great actors and actresses that I really just admire. I admire all of them, but there's a few that I just really admire. Like, I think, you know, like, of course, like the old greats like Audrey Hepburn or Marilyn Monroe or all the old-fashioned ones, you know, or there's also, I really like Hilary Duff and Ashley Tisdale. I know they're kind of newer. I think they're really great. And then like Natalie Portman, just everybody. Johnny Depp is huge too, in my opinion. I really like him because every character, like every new role that he has, he's a completely different person. Like there's just, you know, it's completely different, which I think is great. But yeah, there's way too many to pick just like one.
Well, that's fair. But I am I will have to, like, before I go on, because I'm gonna badger you with a couple of other questions, and I want to get your opinion. They're fun though. They're fun questions. But before that, I want to hear, like, what do you have to promote right now that you want to do? I know you said you have an upcoming short that you'll be working on the next couple of months, but please tell us what else you have going on.
Definitely the one where I'm the detective, Wicked Ally. That one is going to be great. First of all, psychological thriller, which is always fun because those are just always fun. I don't know. And then also being a badass detective is kind of fun too. I get to wear this cool blazer and I have to wear high heels the whole time. It's great. So I believe on my website there's a link to that has like a short video of just like the trailer of the movie. So you can see the trailer, and then I think they're linking to another page that will help with funding. So that's probably the biggest thing that I've been working on lately. Yeah, I think that's the biggest one.
What's your website, just so everybody has it?
It's www.charli and then -marie.com.
And that's Charli with no E at the end, everybody. So
that's right, CHARLI.
And that will be up in the description as well, so you can always click the link there. So, and is there social media that you want everybody to follow?
You can connect to it from the website. Like if you scroll down a little, there's little links for each one, so that works too, hopefully.
Perfect. But I do have a question. If you could star in any role, any movie, pick a role, what would be your dream to do, and how would you do it differently than the actor who originally portrayed it?
All right. This is a really hard question. Okay. So let's see. There's so many, like literally like 50 different things just popped into my head. Oh man, if I had to pick just one. Sorry, I don't mean to make dead space.
Actually, everybody pauses on this question. All the actors pause on this question because it's a tough one. It's
tough. I feel like I'm on a Pursuit of Happiness roll today, so I was thinking that. But dude, he did so good. Like, I don't know. Let's see. Maybe. Well, they haven't made it yet, so I guess I would do it differently because I would actually do it. But like if I could be Pocahontas with Disney as a live action version, that would be amazing because there are so many scenes where like she doesn't say anything, but it's a power in her expressions and in her energy and her emotions that like go through her, her physical face. That would be really incredible to portray. Like, I obviously would have to dye my hair again, but
Hey, but it's acting. You gotta get in it. In it to win it, right? So yeah. That's great. Now, I really appreciate you coming on the show. Now,
thank you for having me too.
Oh, it's my pleasure, absolutely. And I can't wait to see what comes from Charli Marie. I want to see more of your shorts, and everybody go check out the website. Again, it will be up on the description, and follow on social media. That's how we all know what's going on, right?
Yep.
But is there anything else real quick that, you want to put out there, like getting ready for? Are you getting ready to pen anything? Like,
Well, there's one more, but I'm not sure how much I'm allowed to talk about. I know that I can say that it's a Western, and that sounds super exciting. But that's all I can say. But that one would be after Wicked Ally, so.
Okay. Well, we will be on the lookout for both. Absolutely.
Yep.
And thank you again, Charlie, for coming on the show. I really appreciate this.
Thank you for having me.
And everybody, go check out the website, follow Charlie, and check out her work now. It's inspiring stuff to see an actress come out and who really just loves doing it.
I do.
You know, I can see it on your face. I can definitely see it on your face, and that's the enthusiasm is always the best part. So,
thank you.
Thanks again, everybody. You can check out this interview and more on thescenesnobs.com. Take care, everybody.